Daytime baseball here on MLB Network. Today, the opener of this three-game set between the New York Yankees and the Chicago Cubs. It's interleague baseball on MLB Network. John Lackey is the man towing the rubber for the Cubs in this one. Harold, what do you got?
Well, it hasn't been a great year for him so far. I mean, he's had some ups and some downs. He's had some decent games, some poor games. An ERA in the fours. That tells me the story of his season has been inconsistency.
Standing in, the leadoff man, Jacoby Ellsbury. So we are ready for baseball.
Leading off the afternoon for the Yankees, center fielder, number 22.
Sends that one out of play for strike one. HR, the Cubs, as they take the field here this afternoon, all you can really say is they've been on one heck of a run.
And Matt, the other thing, both teams are on a winning streak right now. I love watching good baseball. So nothing's better than watching two teams that are on a winning streak collide. So we're going to get some good baseball hopefully in this game.
Jay is there to make the play, and Ellsbury becomes the first out of the ball game. With that, here's a look at the Yankees starting lineup. Anybody catch your eye, Dan?
You know, Greg Bird is someone this club is hoping will turn it around. I looked at his stats today, and I was really surprised to see how weak they are, particularly the RBI category. No runs batted in all season long. He's obviously getting some opportunities hitting where he is, but he's got to get on track soon.
A swing and a shot hit down the corner. And that's going to wind up hooking just a bit foul, so a missed opportunity there. Great afternoon for baseball here. 71 degrees the temperature at first pitch. The windup and the 0-1. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2.
Ooh, that's one he wants back right now. Man, it looked like his timing was perfect. He just didn't barrel it up.
A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. Jay ranging back, but he can't get to this one. It's off the wall. And he'll pull in there with a one-out double.
Well, he had two strikes on the hitter. Perfect count to put him away. Tried to elevate the fastball, just didn't get it up there enough.
Sanchez.
Stepping in now, Gary Sanchez, as he'll take a look at a slider here that misses for ball one. And you see the numbers there. He's been very dangerous at the plate, to say the least. The 1-0 pitch. Pitch saws him off as this one's lifted in the air. And that's going to fall for a base hit. And the runner from second will stay put at third, so they're runners at the corners now with one away.
You know how you know you're having a great season at the plate? You get a base hit on a broken bat. Now there's some skill to it, and there's also a lot of luck.
At the plate, Aaron Judge. And what a season he's having. Entering play, leading the league in 2 of the 3 Triple Crown categories. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Took a wave at one around the shins with no luck.
Good job of making him chase that pitch down below the strike zone. That's where you want to pitch when you're looking for the double play ball.
And that misses 1-1.
With the infield back and a runner at third, he's definitely pitching for a strikeout or maybe something like a harmless pop-up. You could see it from that high fastball, but that was just a good job of laying off that pitch.
No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Runners are at the corners with 1 man out. He's fallen behind now. 3-1.
Couldn't be a whole lot better situation to hit in now. 3-1, 2 on. He's got to be thinking he's going to get a pitch he can drive right here.
Here it is on 3-1. Line toward the alley in left center. And a base hit as the run will score from third and the Yankees score first. It's 1-0. And now this is thrown wildly, just getting it into the infield.
This is the way you want to start the game on the offensive side of things. Teammate puts himself in the scoring position, and you're able to bring him home with a gapper. That's the kind of thing that gets the whole lineup excited to put up some numbers.
Striding in, Matt Holliday, one of the better hitters in the league this year, currently 7th in the American League in hitting. From the stretch. Now a check swing, but it's strike 1 anyway, says the home plate umpire. His matchup numbers with John Lackey. He's gone just 2 for 15. He's also gone down on strikes 5 times. And Holliday will not offer at that one. It's a ball and a strike. And there are the umpires assigned to this one. Calling balls and strikes is Mr. Mike Fillmore.
Well, Fillmore's the type of umpire. He's going to give you a little in some areas and take away the others. And what I mean by that, he's going to call a little wider on the corners, but up and down, he's going to take that away from him.
Oh, and this one sails on Lackey as it's back to the backstop. And the run will score on the wild pitch. My goodness.
Yeah, and when you're losing, there's usually a good reason for it. They're already down, and then he lets this one get away from him. They better keep them within striking distance, or this thing is going to get lopsided in a hurry.
Fastball swung on and grounded out towards second. Throw to first is in time, but meanwhile the runner is in to score.
That grounder was hard hit, and sometimes the runner at third will have to hold on a ball like that, but he was off on contact, and they opted to take the out at first instead.
At the plate, Greg Bird. First shot for him here as he comes in currently leading the junior circuit in hitting. Here comes the first pitch. And this is fouled back and out of play. 3 runs already home here. And he just gets a piece there as this is chopped foul. Hit hard to the right side. And a reach, but it's by him as he couldn't quite get to that ball.
Well, that base hit right there is his 12th game. He's got a base hit now in a row. You start thinking about it. Everybody around the country is paying a little more attention to him. This is where the pressure starts to mount. Let's see how long he can carry this streak.
Here's Starlin Castro. First at bat for him as he enters play third in the American League batting race. And a fastball's in there for strike 1.
I like that take right there. I know it's a strike, but man, they're making him work. He's been struggling early, and now they're making him work even more. You got to stay within your game plan and be patient, and I think this is a good plan right now.
Now the 0-1 from Big John. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike.
You know, guys, these hitters have had some great looks at that slider so far, and clearly they're all on the same page. The plan is simple. lay off that slider and make him bring up something straight in the strike zone.
In is Jay, but this ball's in front of him for a base hit.
This is when you really know you're on a hot streak. When the ball falls in like that, you sit back and you just say, I'll take it.
Chase Headley.
Here's Chase Headley. 3 across so far in the inning, and another 2 out there on base.
Yeah, Matt, and this inning's really starting to get away from them on the defensive side of the ball. Stranding the rest of those guys out here feels absolutely essential for them at this point.
And a ball, 1-0.
Well, Matt, I'm looking at his high pitch count here in the first inning. They've done a great job of being patient and making him work. The key here, keep that pitch count up, and maybe you'll get in that bullpen.
Already 24 pitches to this point in the inning. Out of play off to the right. It's 1-1. Sent on the ground out to second. Zobrist has it. Throw on to first, and a good job of working out of that one with just limited damage as the inning is over. So they strike for 3 runs on 5 hits, no errors, and a couple of men left on. We'll move on to the bottom half of inning number 1. The Yankees lead it 3-0. CC Sabathia, the southpaw out of the Golden State, gets the call here. Dan, any thoughts?
Hey, it's hard to have all 4 of your pitches on, but I think if this guy can have 2 or 3 of his 4 pitches and have command of them, he's going to have a really good game.
Well, this Yankee ball club entering play this afternoon here, Harold. They come in riding a 5-game winning streak, and they've really got things clicking. And there's a pitch that just misses the inside corner. 3-0 now. The lefty Jason Hayward waits in the on-deck circle. And that misses ball 4. So that's just what you hope for here in the first. Base runners as you try to claw back into this one.
Batting second, right fielder, Jason.
Here's Jason Hayward now. First chance for him here with a man on following the leadoff walk. Chopped in front of home plate. To second for 1, but no real shot at 2 as he's safe easily at first.
Batting third.
Here's Chris Bryant now, and you can see his home road splits there. He has not fared very well in front of the home crowd, oddly enough. Swinging a ball hit on the ground. This is foul for the first strike. Runner at first here, 1 man out. In the air out toward right field. Judge is under it. And that's the second out of the inning. And he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up. And now time to check how Joe Madden has lined the Cubbies up in this one. HR, what's the key in trying to stop their opponent's winning streak?
Well, you're already down 3. You can't worry about that. Still play with your game. You got a lot of baseball left. Get maybe 1 inning. Chip away. Try to get at their pitcher and get your team right back in the game.
Anthony Rizzo stands in now. He enters play hitting in the 260s for the year. In the dirt, and now let's see. And he'll make it into scoring position here with 2 away, as that'll be scored a wild pitch.
Well, the graphic here isn't going to properly show just how far that pitch was from the strike zone. That thing wasn't even close, and I think it made the decision to move up a base pretty easy to make.
And a strike to even the count. 1-1. Breaks his bat as this one's popped up. And he'll avoid the fragments out there to make the catch that ends the inning. Cubs strand 1. They trail it here 3-0. Now at the plate, CC Sabathia. He'll start things out in the top half of the second.
CC Sabathia.
First pitch of the inning is taken low and away for a ball. It's 1-0. And here's his fastball for a called strike 1, and he's hitting an even 90 on the gun. Outside, 2-1.
He might still be thrown off from that first inning, guys. He got knocked around pretty good, and that can be hard to recover from mentally sometimes.
Grounded to short. Baez has it. Throw to first will be in time, and there's one gone here to start the second.
Let's take a look at the Cubbies defensively, brought to you by Majestic. And these guys can really defend. All you got to do is look at the error column. They're in the top 5 fewest errors in the league. They don't beat themselves very often. You're going to have to earn it to beat them.
Here's the center fielder, Jacoby Ellsbury. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And he gets the call that time for strike number 1. 1 out, nobody on. And here's a slider that runs inside that time, and that'll keep him from diving out over the plate.
Pretty good pitch and a great take there. There's not a lot you can do with that slider breaking down, and unless you can catch it way out front and hook it down the line, you see a lot of swinging misses on those.
Swinging a ball hit on the ground. 1-2. Here it comes. Look out. That one almost got away from him. 2-2 now. Here it comes. A great pitch there as he couldn't get extended on that one, and he's down on strikes for the second out. That was a nasty looking slider that time.
Yeah, that was really well executed, Matt. The classic strikeout pitch. You think it's fastball middle in, then it starts bearing in on your back leg, and unless you hit it out front, there's nothing much you can do with that.
Here's Didi Gregorius. It was a double for him in his first turn at the plate. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. This should end the inning as it's sent out to second. There to play it is Zobrist. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. A strong inning that time out of John Lackey. Now let's see if the bats can come to life. They're down 3-0. Settling in now, Kyle Schwarber. He comes in hitting in the 370s for the season. Clearly always a threat with the bat. First pitch of the at-bat. Ball 1.
Well, you've been given a 3-0 lead. The last thing you want to do is have base runners on and then give up a big ball, and that 3 runs means nothing to you. So pitch around the corners, make them chase the ball, but do not walk people.
Oh, they have him looking awfully confused up there right now. It's 1-2.
Well, he was clearly looking for a fastball right there, and that slider got right to him and went whoop, slid to the side, and as a result, you got an ugly swing and miss. This is just great pitching. They start him off with the slider to get the strike, and then they bust him in with a fastball. I don't know what he's thinking up there, but they really are messing with his mind right now.
Now another 1-2. Started to chase there. They'll appeal it down to third, and no swing. It's ball 2. Now the 2-2 home from Sabathia. And a sinker dips too low there. Into the dirt, in fact.
He walked the guy back in the first, and now he's looking like he might hand out another free pass to the leadoff guy here. You can't be walking a guy an inning and think you're going to have any success.
And he'll take it to the bag himself for the out.
Time for a look at the majestic defensive alignment for the Yankees. I'm looking down there at shortstop, Didi Gregorius. I love how this guy defends. You know, coming to New York and replacing Derek Jeter, that's a lot of pressure. But I knew he could handle it when I had a conversation with Brandon Phillips, and he told me he's got the best hands he played with when he was with the Reds.
Here's Javier Baez. He had a triple in the game yesterday, finishing 1 for 4. Now the first pitch from CeCe. This is hit down the right field line, but it's going to get out of play for strike 1. And he lays off for ball 1. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. And that's into the outfield for a 1-out base hit. Here's Ben Zobrist now. He brings a rather ugly 230s batting average into this one. A called strike to the 35-year-old veteran. 0-1. And that's in there as well. 0-2 now.
Tell you what, Matt, not much to do with those pitches. I know he's looking at 2 strikes now, but the first one was on the outside half. The other one ended up on the outside half with 2 different looks. What can he do? Nothing much with that one.
And Castro will put this one away for route number 2.
Batting 8th, pitcher John Lackey.
At the plate, John Lackey. He'll get to take his first cuts here. And that's waved at and missed for strike 1.
It looks like he just swung right over that sinker right there. What is so hard about a sinker, you have to almost go underneath it and scoop it. If you got one of those swings that goes over the top, you're never going to hit him. Now that's a good changeup.
Threw it right past him. A swing and a miss at the gas, and that ends the inning. 1 left for the Cubs. Still down 3-0. Welcome back to this MLB Network broadcast from Wrigley Field in Chicago. Cloud Gate there, a popular tourist destination at Millennium Park.
Leading off for the Yankees.
Ready for another chance? Gary Sanchez. He'll step in to lead it off in the top of the 3rd. Here's the first pitch to him. And he takes ball 1.
Counts 1-0.
The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Sharp slider that time, just missed inside.
Wow, not a great spot to be in right now. 2-0 to a great hitter like this. This is when you really have to pay attention as a pitcher. And if you have good off-speed stuff, this might be the time to start mixing in your off-speed stuff.
And a fastball, but he's losing it a bit here to 3-1 now.
3-1. This guy, whew, he's a good hitter. This is the kind of count that gets him excited.
And he lays off there, ball 4. So the leadoff man is on here to begin inning number 3.
Yeah, the guy's been on fire lately, hitting anything close. So I think this is the way to go here. Get the bat out of his hands any way that you can.
Striding in once again, Aaron Judge.
He's been great lately, and it's resulted in his being awarded with the American League Rookie of the Month award.
Nope.
Down and away, 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the 1-0. Fouled back. A runner at first with no outs here. There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field. Hayward ranging back to the track, into the basket, and it's gone. A 2-run blast to straightaway right field. Home run number 15 for him thus far. And that'll stake the Yankees to a 5-0 lead now.
That is why you can't walk the leadoff hitter. A solo shot becomes a 2-run homer, and the damage just kind of snowballs. Tough one to swallow.
And it looks like the Cubs will get a left-hander up and working out of the bullpen.
Now batting,
Matt Holliday standing in now.
Matt Holliday.
Swinging a high pop-up back onto the outfield grass now. Therefore, it is Baez, and he's got it for the first out. So with 1 away, time for a check of the standings now in the National League Central as you see where the Cubs find themselves entering play here today. Digging in to try it again, Greg Bird. He singled his last time up. First delivery to him on the way. First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball 1. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
Boy, he just looks locked in at the plate right now to me. His numbers in recent games have been very good, and those were two stone-cold takes right there that put himself in a great hitter's count.
There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field, and that'll hit off the ivy out there. And they're able to get the ball in quickly, so he'll be held to a single with one away.
Now batting, second baseman, Starlin Castro.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Starlin Castro. A base hit in his first trip. Ready is Lackey. The pitch. A swing and a drive to center field. That one's got a chance. Jay going back. He gets there and makes a fine running play for the second out. The relay throw on to first, and they get the double play. Yankees get a couple on the two-run home run. Into the box, Wilson Contreras. And his guys have quite a hill to climb. Down 5-zip here in the early going. And that sinker misses at the shoe tops. Ball one. And he looks at a slider in there. 1-1. Now Sabathia's 1-1. Hard hit toward the hole. Great effort on the dive, but it's through into left. Ruben Tejada is going to come in now and take over following the injury.
Now playing third base.
Digging in for his second at-bat, John Jay. Second trip to the plate for him. He drew a leadoff walk in the home first. Nobody out, runner on first. And, ooh, looked like a definite pitcher's pitch there on the inside. 1-1. Softly hit out to short. And he thought about going to second, but he'll go to first instead. Here's Jason Hayward now. 0 for 1 here in the early going. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Just a bit high that time as he misses for a ball.
Look, this is a big half inning. Look, they're down a little bit right now, but if they get something going, it's still early in the game. This is a huge inning and a huge at-bat.
Ready with the 1-1. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. He dives, but he can't make the catch. It's a foul ball. Here's Sabathia on 1-2. Chopped weakly to the left. And he'll reach first as they can't make the play on him.
Well, Matt, that's his 8th game with that hit right there. 8 games in a row of swinging the bat. We've been watching him over this week just scorching.
Here's Chris Bryant now. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Here's the first pitch to him. And that one stayed too low, apparently.
This situation right here, 1-0 with the bases loaded, you've got to stay patient. Just be specific and patient. Get your pitch, but make sure it's where you want it.
And he watches a called strike as this one bears in on him. 1-1. And this is chopped foul near the plate, and the count will move to 1-2 now. 1-2. Here it comes. And they come inside with the fastball, but it misses here, and it's back to 2-2. Bases loaded here. Nobody out. Swing and a liner. Foul. And a swing and a miss on a huge first out there as he sets him down swinging with the bases loaded.
Man, I love watching a pitcher that just rears back and blows smoke by a guy at the letters. That's the ultimate challenge pitch, and for me personally, watching hitters swing and miss, man, that's a sight of beauty.
Anthony Rizzo stands in now. Down the first baseline, but a foul ball here. 0-1. In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. Ready with the 0-2. Ground ball sent back up the middle. And that's through into center field. Base hit. 1 run scores. And not in time as the run scores.
Well, that was just a good pitch. He was able to fight it off and drop it in to pick up 2 runs right there. Nice job of fighting the ball off and finding a hole.
Just got a piece up the line. That's a foul ball. Set to deliver the 0-1. Knee-high slider that he takes a look at.
With 2 strikes and the runners at the corners, this is a big pitch coming up. Got to execute and hope to either get a strikeout or a double play ball to help you get out of this thing.
Well, I think he's trying to get that 2-strike fastball out of the zone. Just caught too much of the plate right there. Fortunately, he fouled it off instead of putting it in the seats.
Got him to go down swinging there. Kyle Schwarber becomes the second out in the bottom of the 3rd. Stepping into the box, Javier Baez. And we'll see what he can do here. 2 on, 2 away, 2 home so far this inning. Under it now is Holiday, and he's got it no problem to end the inning. So 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base. On now to the top of inning number 4. It's the Yankees 5. Now to the plate, Ruben Tejada. He'll try to get it going here to begin the 4th.
Ruben Tejada.
First pitch on its way. Here's a slider to start things out, looked at for ball 1.
Now we're going to see what he's made of, Matt. He got a couple runs right there they put on the board for him, but now you got to be that stopper. This is the half inning. You got to shut them down after you were given some runs.
Back-to-back sliders away. Now I think you have to think about running something hard in. Not a good idea to throw a good hitter the same pitch 3 times in a row.
Fly ball out to straightaway right. Therefore, it is Hayward now, 1 away.
The pitcher number 52.
Coming to the plate now, CC Sabathia. He's 0 for 1 thus far. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And that misses inside 1-0. Five runs, 7 hits, and no errors for the Yankees so far. And 2-0 as this one's taken low.
Well, here's one of those dreaded situations. It's 2-0 to American League pitcher. You have to make him swing the bat. He doesn't get many opportunities to swing, and right now he's not getting much opportunity either.
2 balls and a strike. Here it is. Snatched out of midair at first base for out number 2.
Now batting, the center fielder, Jacoby Ellsbury.
Digging in once again, Jacoby Ellsbury. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout in this one. And this is fouled back and out of play. The windup and the 0-1. And he pops it up back behind second base. And Zobrist will make the catch, and that'll be that. 1, 2, 3 go the Bombers. And it remains 5-2. Here's Ben Zobrist now. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game.
Baseman, Ben Zobrist.
Here comes the first pitch. Wouldn't bite on a good sinker that time that missed. Takes a look at one catching the outside corner. Hit on the ground out to short. Gregorius is there. And the throw to first is in time. 1 gone.
The pitcher, number 41, John Lackey.
Tommy La Stella will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher.
Lackey. Number 2, Tommy La Stella.
This ball will be chopped foul. Sabathia ready with the 0-1. On the ground to the right side. Castro has it. Throw on to first is in time, and Sabathia's got himself 2 quick outs.
Now batting.
In now, Wilson Contreras. He reached on a single in his first try. And that misses low and away, ball 1. Into his windup, here comes the 1-0. Great tilt on the slider on the inside corner. Fastball stays way up that time for ball 2. A diving try, but it's through into the outfield. So the bottom of the inning is still alive after the 2-out base hit.
Well, there's a little 2-out base hit. Maybe start a little 2-out rally. Now he's giving up some runs. He's a little vulnerable. We've seen him give up runs already in this game. So maybe this is a start of something big.
In now is John Jay. And this one's in the dirt. And a nice job keeping it close. It's ball 1. Sabathia pauses. Here's the 1-0. This is on the ground over to first. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. Cubs strand 1, and the deficit remains 5-2. Brett Anderson, a southpaw standing 6'3", gets the ball now out of the bullpen.
Brett Anderson.
Here's Didi Gregorius, 1 for 2 with a double on the ledger so far. Swung on and missed. It's 0-1.
It can be tough to lay off a high fastball like that because right at your eye level, it looks like it's so easy to hit, and then it's by you.
And he's in front of a tight little slider that time.
When he is on, that slider is one of the best pitches in all baseball. That's why he's so tough to those lefties.
That misses 1-2.
Okay, so now is where I think you pull the string. Throw the El Cambio up there. Hasn't seen it yet, and I think he's set up for it right here.
Here's a ball for Rizzo over at first. Reined in, and he'll take it to the bag himself for the out.
Up next for the Yankees.
Ready for another shot now. Gary Sanchez. He reached on a walk in his last time up and later came around to score. Swing, and there it goes. Deep to left. No chance at bringing this one back. Over the bleachers and onto the concourse. A home run. A solo shot here to left. 12 home runs for him now thus far as they open it up to 6-2 now.
I know he's a confident pitcher, but there's a difference between being confident and downright foolish. He just offered one of the most dangerous hitters in the lineup a straight heater, and it cost him big time.
The right fielder, number 99.
Here's big Aaron Judge. As he'll pop this one foul off to the left and out of play. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Hot shot to third. Throw on to first. 2 gone.
The batter, left fielder, Matt Holliday.
Matt Holliday standing in now. 0 for 2 with a run batted in for him thus far. Here's the first pitch now from Anderson. And looks like he got the call there on the pitch inside. It's 0-1. And this is fouled back and out of play.
He's right on that breaking ball. That's pretty good timing right there, especially following up after a fastball.
That misses, says the home plate umpire. 1-2. Where it misses, I'm not quite sure.
Gotta think our man behind the plate thought twice about that one. About as close as it gets.
Ready on 1-2. There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field. Hayward racing back, but he can't get it as it's off the wall. And he'll coast into second here with a 2-out double.
The first baseman, number 33.
The left-handed power bat of Greg Bird digs in now. couple of singles to his credit thus far. He's ready. Here's the first offering. And the first pitch is chopped foul at the plate at strike one. Comes set and the 0-1. 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Hit hard on the ground towards second, and that'll get by into center field for a base hit. And they're going to hold that runner at third base, as even with two away, they didn't like their
14,
chances there.
Second baseman, Starlin Castro.
Here's Starlin Castro. He'll swing and lift a ball foul off to the left and out of play.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. Fought off at the plate as it's chopped foul. Inside, as that perhaps will back him off a bit. 1-2.
Now that's that old school slider right there, trying to get in on his hands. We see that with a cutter a lot, but the slider's even more effective because you can't pick up the spin.
Takes this the other way to right. And the Bombers have it going here, as this is also good for extra bases. In to score, the runner from third. The relay. And he will make it all the way to third now, as that mistake proves a costly one indeed.
He gave it all he had out there in right field, but he just couldn't quite catch up to it. I like the effort with the leap, but once it got down, he was off to the races and into third.
Standing in now, Ruben Tejada. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball one. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Ready with the 1-0. Back up the middle. And that's through into center field. Base hit. And they'll extend their lead even further as the run's in to score from third. Now a 9-2 ball game.
Cardinals sin, Cardinals sin. You got an open base with the pitcher on the on-deck circle, and you let him get a base hit. That just can't happen.
Into the box now, CC Sabathia. It's a swinging bunt up the line. Throw in time for the third out, but it certainly took. So coming to the plate, Jason Hayward. And Dan, he and his fellow top of the order hitters haven't really offered much help for this lineup so far.
No, your 1, 2, 3 guys are the ones you look to generate a lot of action, and they just haven't been up to the task so far in this one. Still time for them to turn it around, though. We'll see if it happens.
0-1, here it comes. Just caught the inside corner with a sinker.
Well, he finds himself down 0-2, but you know what? He looked at the first two pitches, but they were different pitches, both down. Good pitchers' pitches. Sometimes you got to tip your cap.
Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. But this one lands out of play into the visitors' dugout. And here's a slider. Strike 3 called, and that'll be the first out of the inning. Stepping in, Chris Bryant. 0 for 2 on the afternoon so far. In the air to left field and deep. Back on this one is Holiday, but he's going to run out of real estate as that one is gone. So a solo shot here to left center field. 4th home run for him on the season, and this lead has been cut to just 6 now.
No doubt an impressive home run, so we'll employ show track for a more in-depth look. 112 miles an hour was the exit velocity off the bat, so it's no wonder why it ended up having the impressive distance that it did.
3 runs, 6 hits. No errors so far for the Cubbies. They'll run this one in on him, and he can't connect, so he finds himself down 1-2 now. And a good take there. Close, but it's 2-2.
That was a pretty good pitch on a pitch he doesn't throw very often, or I should say hasn't used in this game, that's for sure. That was a good pitch. Well, they got him in the rocking chair right now. A little changeup, follow up with the fastball, and he's a little late with that swing. I may go back with another changeup.
And that's lifted the other way out to left. And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now.
Now batting.
Stepping up to the plate, Kyle Schwarber. It's been an 0-for-2 effort for him to this point. First pitch fastball swung on and missed 0-1.
That was a first pitch fastball. He just blew it right by him. You talk about an overpowering fastball working today. He's got a good one going.
Called strike 2 with the letters. 0-2 now. Changes up on him there, but it's 1-2.
That was a good changeup right there. It just missed. But an even better take for him to lay off it because it had the great movement, and he laid off it even with 2 strikes.
Hit hard on the ground to second. They'll whip this one to first in time, and that ends the inning. But the Cubs do get one back on the solo home. Here's the center fielder, Jacoby Ellsbury. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once.
Jacoby Ellsbury.
Line to the right side. But this will be gloved out there at second as he didn't have far to go for the out.
Now batting, shortstop.
Ready once again, Didi Gregorius. He's working on a 1-for-3 thus far. Chop foul over towards the coaching box. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And here's a ball hit in the air. Bryant onto the grass. He's got it, and there are 2 down now.
Now batting, catcher.
Striding in once again, Gary Sanchez. He's off to a fast start in this one. 2 for 2, including a home run. And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball 1.
I'm looking forward to this at bat right here, Matt. 2 outs, bases empty, and you got the power guy at the plate. He's going to let it fly. He must. I guarantee you he will.
And that pitch misses in the dirt, and it's 2-0 now.
That's just not a competitive pitch. I mean, that ball wasn't even close. Now the hitter's sitting 2-0.
2 out, nobody on. Down low, and the plot thickens here. 3-0.
Now with the bases empty, I think he needs to be careful not to just groove one here just because it's 3-0. He's a guy that could ambush you and lose one over the wall.
Let it rip that time. 3-0, but the fastball's by him. 3-1. Hitters count all the way. Here it comes. High in the air out to center field. Jay has a read on it. And that ends the inning. So the Yanks go 1-2-3.
Leading off for the Cubs, the shortstop, Javier Baez.
Into the windup and the pitch. And he takes a pitch right down the middle. The 0-1 delivery. Here's a high pop-up. Tejada on the move. Looks it into his glove, and there's one gone.
The second baseman, number 18, Ben Zobrist.
Double-barreled action in the Yankee bullpen now. A lefty and a right-hander start to get loose.
Ben Zobrist is at the plate now, and he takes a cold strike.
When you're facing this good a hitter, man, that strike one becomes so important to get ahead with him and make him think about something else. Now you can control the at-bat.
Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. Way outside, nearly to the backstop. 2-1. Can't find the zone there, and it's 3-1.
Well, this has been a good job to work the count from 0-1 to 3-1, and now he's really in the driver's seat to see a heater that he can do something with.
3-1 pitch is a slider, and he can't pull the trigger. It's 3-2 now. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. After it is Holiday. He's there, but he drops it. So some real problems out there that time as it'll wind up in E7. Jamal Weeks will grab a bat and hit for the pitcher here. And a called strike down in the zone. 0-1. 0-1 count and the pitch. A changeup right on the outside corner for a strike. The 0-2 delivery. Fly ball to straightaway left. Holiday on the move. He's not going to have a play on it, and this might bring home the runner from first. Zobrist rounds the corner and is headed home. But the throw is well up the line, and he scores easily.
Well, when you leave a pitch that high in the zone like that, you have to expect bad things to happen. So instead of a double play ball, he gives up a shot to the outfield, and that brings the runner all the way around from first to score.
Wilson Contreras is in for the third time here as he watches one that misses low. It's a ball and no strikes. And here's a fastball in for strike one. 91 miles an hour that time. Hits this one hard the other way, and he'll whip this one over to first, and he gets his man for the second out.
Now batting.
Ready for another shot now. John Jay 0 for 2 on his line thus far. And he'll hold off on the slider here to start the at-bat. It's ball one.
I'm sure he's frustrated by that call. Probably could have been a strike, but at the same time, earning.
And we'll have to leave it there as the play is made here to end the inning. Cubs pick up a run on the RBI double. Justin Grimm will come out and take the ball here as he'll be making his 15th appearance of the year. Here's big Aaron Judge. He'll lead it off here as we begin inning number 7. First pitch of the inning is taken downstairs for a ball. It's 1-0. And a slider stays outside, and he falls behind 2-0. Hit hard back up the middle. And the throw to first is in time, so the leadoff man is gone here to start inning number 7.
Well, I think he got away with one right there. It was a fastball right down the middle, and he hit it hard, but he couldn't elevate it at all. Would have been a different story if he did.
Matt Holliday comes on with one gone here as he looks at a called strike one. And he swings and pops it foul behind the plate. And no one can get there. It's a foul ball. Bases are empty. One man out. And he chased it in the dirt. Contreras goes to get it. He makes the throw to first. 2 down.
The first baseman, number
the left-handed power bat of Greg Bird digs in now. He's working on a 3-hit ball game right now. Into the windup and the pitch. There's a fastball missing down and away for a ball. 1-0. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. And low and inside with a fastball as he's got a hot-footed out of there.
Hey, that's a classic piece of pitching right there. You have to back hitters away from the plate to make them a little bit uncomfortable. Now you can go inside or outside. I like that purpose pitch.
Hayward is there, and he'll put it away to retire the side. 1-2. Here's Jason Hayward now. He'll stand in now against CC Sabathia to get the inning started. Right back to work is Sabathia as he gets ahead of the first batter here. 0-1. Pitch on the way. That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now. 0-2. 0-2 coming from Sabathia. Very weakly on the ground, but it gets foul.
Whoa, he tried to get a little cute right there. A little 2-strike changeup. He thought he might get a swing and miss, but man, he left that in the zone. He's fortunate that ball didn't leave the park.
And he missed with it. It's 1-2. Here's Sabathia on 1-2. And here's a slider. Strike 3 called, and that'll be the first out of the inning.
Yeah, as they say, there's a hole in his swing in that location, so a good job there of exploiting that. That can be real hard for some guys to overcome when teams start figuring out what locations you just can't handle.
Here's Chris Bryant now. Shoots this one over to first. That gets through, and he'll reach base again on his second base hit of the game. Anthony Rizzo stands in now. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point.
Rizzo.
Hit hard to the right. Foul. Look over from Sabathia. Here's the pitch. Squared that one up just a little late. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. Another one sent foul. He's ready. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Good waste pitch. 1-2.
You know, he's one of their guys they rely on to get their offense going. They need a rally, so we'll see if he can spark one here.
A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And that one stayed too low, apparently.
He's thrown a lot of pitches already, and man, this is a long AB. This at bat, when you look back at it, might be the one that takes him out of the game.
And this ball is also hit foul and heading for the seats, so we'll have to do it again. Still 2-2. Another try at 2-2. Cue shot here out towards short. So this is pulled in by the shortstop, and he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up.
Up next for the
Digging in to try it again. Kyle Schwarber. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. Here comes Yankee manager Joe Girardi on his way to the mound. And it looks like that'll be the end of the afternoon for CC Sabathia. So his final line will show 6 2/3 innings pitched. He was very effective out there, no doubt.
Your attention, please. Now
so they'll go to the bullpen now, and it'll be the left-hander here to face the upcoming left-handed batter. He's set. Here it comes. In the dirt here. And no advance. It's ball 1. He's ready. Here's the 1-0. Check swing. No swing, says the home plate umpire. Ball 2.
Well, this is the matchup they wanted, bringing in the reliever, but falling behind 2-0 doesn't exactly help the situation very much.
Line to the right side, but a foul ball. A runner on first with 2 away. There's that little sinker right over the outside corner.
Good pitch right there from the reliever. Tough for hitters to do much with pitches in that move.
And we'll have to leave it there as this is strike 3, and that will retire the side. 1 left for the Cubs. They trail it here 9-4. Here's Starlin Castro. 2 for 3 for him so far, including a triple.
Second baseman, Starlin Castro.
Now a swing and a hard hit grounder. This gets foul. It's 0-1. The 0-1 on its way. Popped high in the air. Zobrist is there for it. Makes the play. 1 away.
Now batting, third baseman.
Digging in, Ruben Tejada. A hit in 2 tries so far. Into the windup and the pitch. Curveball that time, not even close. 1-0 pitch on the way. That one's going to find the seats. Strike 1. Had him fooled there as this is lifted in the air out to left center and shallow. And that's in there. Base hit.
The pitcher, number 39, Tommy Lane.
Aaron Hicks will be summoned off the bench here as he'll pinch hit with a runner at first and one gone in the inning. And a strike called at the knees, 0-1. Career line against Grimm, 1 for 3. And that's swung on and fouled straight back. The 0-2 home. And he couldn't get him to chase the 0-2 fastball. It's 1-2. Runners on first with one down. Hit fairly well out towards straightaway center. And here's Jay to put it away, and that's out number 2. Now this is cut and thrown to first. On to first, a double play. One hit in the inning. Brian Mitchell is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the 8th.
Number 55.
Digging in once again, Javier Baez. He'll see what he can do leading off the home 8th. Takes a look at a strike over the inside corner.
Javier Baez.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Oh, that one got the pitcher. Safe after the recovery throw. Good effort, but now we have to wonder whether or not he's going to be okay. Hold on here, though. You can see the skipper heading out of the dugout now, so that very close safe call might be challenged.
Yeah, I wasn't so sure about him being safe either, but here's another shot of it right here. Not easy to tell for sure from that shot. Going to be interesting to see what they want to do with this one.
So here's the signal from the bench, and they will indeed ask for the play to be reviewed. So the umpires will get on the horn with the replay operations center in Manhattan and attempt to get a definitive answer on this play.
The Yankees are challenging.
Okay, we're going to get one more look at it right here. Is there enough video evidence to overturn this call? You know, I think there is. The shot right there, it makes it look like the ball beat him to first. Looks like a well-used challenge.
Okay, so it looks like the umpires are wrapping up their decision, and off comes the headset, and he's out. So the original call is overturned, and instead of having a base runner at first, the bases will now be empty.
Overturned, and the batter ruled out.
Dylan Betances comes in unexpectedly from the pen in relief of his injured teammate.
Dylan Betances. The second baseman, number 18.
Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. Slurve in there, strike 1. Bases are empty, one man out. That's taken. Now it's 0-2.
Well, these hitters can expect to see a heavy dose of that big fastball from this reliever. It's a major part of his arsenal.
I like the pitch right there. Got him to chase a fastball out of the zone. I'd come back with it again.
And this ball's chopped foul at the plate, and that'll hold the count at 0-2. Strike 3 called on the slurve that time, and there are 2 down.
The pitcher, number 50.
Addison Russell will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher.
Number 27, Addison.
Here's a swing and a high pop-up. Drifting toward the third base dugout. And 8 innings have come and gone now as the inning is over. So it's no runs on 2 base hit. Fernando Rodriguez enters from the pen to start the 9th inning as he'll try to keep the score right where it is heading to the bottom of the 9th. Swing and a drive to right. There it goes. And that's off the scoreboard. What a blast. A solo shot for Jacoby Ellsbury. 7 home runs for him on the year now, as it's now a 6-run ball game.
That home run is definitely worth giving the show track treatment to. And as we look at it, not only an impressive distance shot, but the 110 miles an hour exit velocity is nothing to scoff at either. That's a big boy home run.
Up next for the Yankees.
Here's Didi Gregorius.
Shortstop, Didi Gregorius.
As he looks at a fastball that misses off the plate for ball one. He comes into this appearance in the midst of a 1-for-4 day. Good zip on that one as he just throws it by him for strike one. Bases are empty here, nobody out. Sent in the air out to straightaway central. On the move is Jay. He gets to it and makes the catch for the first out. Stepping into the box, Gary Sanchez. He homered earlier and is 2 for 3 to this point. Ball one.
Matt, this could be a real special inning. They've already hit a home run here, and now the real power is starting to come to the plate. We might be in for a light show.
Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. Ball two now.
Man, I don't know if they want any part of him. 2 pitches away. I know he's sitting 2-0 now. This will tell us a lot. Will he come in now, or will he continue to stay away?
2-0 pitch on the way. And now a pitch hit sharply on the ground. But this will get fouled. 2-1. Gets the sign. Here comes the 2-1. And this one's going to bounce up to the plate. And easy take there, and it's 3-1 now. Now here's the pitch. Smoke toward third. A dive, but he can't get it. It's through into the outfield.
Well, he hit that ball hard. He's been seeing the ball great. That right there now makes him 3 for 4 on the evening. Really swinging the bat.
In now, Aaron Judge. As the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. It's been a 2 for 4 effort for him so far in the ballgame. Here it comes, 1-0. And he gives this one a pretty good ride down the left field line. And this had home run distance, but it just does hook foul. The 1-1 pitch. And this ball runs away for ball two. 2-1.
The intent with that changeup away was one thing and one thing only. Get a double play ball. Nice job to lay off it at the plate, though.
2 balls and a strike. Here it is. Never tempted to swing at that ball down low. It's ball 3.
Well, now he's falling behind 3-1, and all the pitches have been down. He's trying to get that double play ball, but the strategy has to change now. Now he's got to throw a strike.
He's set. Here's the 3-1. And he lays off here. A nice job. It's ball 4. First and second now with 1 away.
Wow, you know he's not happy with that call. When it crossed the plate, it sure looked like a strike to me. Seemed to catch a ton of the plate. That's a tough way to give up a walk, but he's got to put it behind him now.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Matt Holliday comes on with 1 away as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0. First and second now, 1 man out. Changeup stays outside and he's behind 2-0.
Boy, he better get it back together here quick because he's got 2 guys on already. He's starting to lose location of that strike zone. He's got to throw a strike right here.
2-0 count. Here it comes. Now a swing and a fly ball. Hayward is after it, but this will land foul shy of the wall.
Matt, I like the last 2 pitches. A changeup and then a fastball, and he's late with the swing on the fastball right there. You got him in between right now, and that's an advantage to the pitcher.
Sent foul again, and after being way ahead, now it's even at 2-2. set. Here's the 2-2. And here's a changeup in there for a called third strike, and that's the second out of the inning. Ready for another chance? Greg Bird. He's working on a 3-hit ball game right now. Hoping to limit the damage. Here's the pitch. And a check swing here. They'll point down to the third base umpire, but no swing on that one. It's ball 1. Here comes the 1-0. Hit hard on the ground to the right, and that's through into right field for a base hit. And they'll put the brakes on that runner at third, and that means the bases are loaded now with 2 away.
The batter, number 14, second baseman, Starlin Castro.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Starlin Castro. He's got the bases loaded now and a chance to really do some damage.
And he's one of those guys that they really rely on to come through in spots like this, Matt. Second on the...
There's a swing and a high drive into left center field. Schwarber going back on it at the track. Gone! It's a grand slam. So he will touch them all on the grand slam, number 14 on the season, as this lead got even wider.
Wow, you can understand what the pitcher's thinking. He doesn't have an empty base, and he needs to get ahead of the count. All he wants to do is get that first pitch over for a strike, but the batter knew the same thing, and he jumped all over it, smashing it into seats for a 4-run blast.
Third baseman,
into the box, Ruben Tejada. He grounds it sharply to third. Bryant is up with it. Throw in time, and they stop the bleeding as the side is retired. So they nearly bat around here as 8 men come to the plate in scoring. Here's the young catcher, Wilson Contreras.
Leading off,
he's looking for hit number 3 here in this at-bat. Takes a high fastball for a strike. 0-1, here it comes. A called strike on the inside corner. And then that's a pretty good example of why he's such a great pitcher.
Yeah, stuff. Stuff is obviously the important key to being dominant on the mound, but it doesn't mean a whole lot if you don't have outstanding control to go along with it. But he does, and he really spotted that pitch.
In now is John Jay, as he'll look at a fastball too high for ball 1. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. And that misses low and inside. 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0 count. Here it comes. Outside with that delivery, and it's 3-0 now. A fastball right down the middle for a strike. 1 out, nobody on. Too high, and that cost him ball 4. Here's Jason Hayward now. It was a backwards K, a strikeout looking for him in his last at-bat. And, looked inside, but that's ruled a strike, 0-1.
Great job of getting back in the zone with a hard fastball after the walk. I think he might have let a little frustration out with that pitch.
And another strike. Good fastball under the hands. It's 0-2.
Well, he finds himself down 0-2, but those were 2 good pitchers' pitches. Both on the inside half, both for strikes. There's nothing you can do with it. You just got to hope now you get something to hit.
The 0-2 home. This is in the air to left. Holiday is under it. And he brings it in for the second out of the inning. Now at the plate, Chris Bryant. He went deep earlier, and he's 2 for 4 to this point. Hey now.
He went deep earlier, so that might have been a little bit of a message they were trying to send to get him off the plate. At the very least, they're clearly trying to get him from getting his arms extended again.
Well, should be 2-0, but he goes way out of the zone to go after that one, and it's even 1-1. And he lays off for a ball, 2-1. Ready with 2 balls and a strike. And this is swung on and missed, so the Cubs are down to their final strike here.
Goodness gracious, Matt. 100 miles an hour. No wonder he swung and missed. You're not catching up.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over.
You could just see that the confidence is radiating off of them out there right now. That's 6 wins in a row, and this looks like a train that's not about to slow down anytime soon.
(14-4) is the way this one ends. The New York Yankees with a big 17-hit attack. CC Sabathia takes the win on the mound, his second of the year. John Lackey was only able to work 4 innings as he takes the loss. So that'll just about do it. For my partners Harold Reynolds and Dan Plesac, this is Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching a presentation of MLB Network. So long, everybody.